Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one and only Master Propaganda Heroes like Defender of the Fatherland. Off here to a 1v1 on Twin Beaches in the south, it is Nostalgia, fighting for freedom, democracy, and liberty. Here with the US 45th Infantry Division, we got heavy weapons, we got special operations, we got armor versus North DevM, the Devis DevMs.
Scouts have deployed into
Fighting
the field.
for Deutschland. Das Vaterland here with the 90th Panzerjaeger with Panzerjaeger. We got a lot of engineers at Nostalgia, could perhaps be armored then. Versus Blacks and Panzerjaegers of DevM. As always, a big hearty thanks to my patron supporters for continued generous, heroic, and spectacular support of the Propagandacast. Keeps making all these videos possible. And a big thanks to those who keep commenting and liking on the videos. That's what with the YouTube algorithms. Also keeps the cat from biting off my fingers. So, bike rushing towards the east point up north here. We got Panzer Pioneer advancing steadily for Das Vaterland. Bolt action rifles at the ready. Scouts pushing forward to the south, engineers pushing in with the second engineer squad there. Plus a weapon support center away there for Nostalgia. Might then be heavy weapons.
Deploying engineers now.
DevM reaching into the vast void. Plucks another Panzerjaeger squad there. And wheels it into reality there by clicking the button. Back rushing in, they're going to see a heavy fight here for the northern fuel point. Scouts in position there, holding up the line. Name of Freedom, second scout team arriving. Focusing down the pipe. We got German troops rushing in, need to focus them down fast. But the engineers are based in the south, so they can't really assist here, which would definitely be more their terrain, what closer quarters action. The scouts not exactly made for finding up close and ugly with German troops. Got the 30 caliber of the Nostalgia. Both scout teams forced back here by the fierce hand here of the German army. Pushing towards the cutoff point, each squad could hide around here. Got the sun fuel point, almost got the victory point. So far we see DevM there racing ahead. Overwhelming his opponent. This position there go. W is converging as the Panzergrenadiers going in hard with their M3 grease guns. 30 cal ready here. And this is where things get a bit mucky for DevM with the machine gun now starting to bear down on his troops. There you go, capturing the Panzergrenadiers. But also providing DevM with just a bit of crucial information. Not that he may not already infer that just the fact he's seen no riflemen so far, but now he knows his opponent has gone for the weapon support center. Though again, not going for any riflemen or jeeps in the early game does also tend to be a lot of the time a big giveaway. You can go for it instead of going for the weapon support center. Got mines as well here, good spot to mine. Thumbs up them of course for highlighting this, but yeah, bottlenecks like these are great spots to mine. And of course, on the other end there, also got points to like make sure you don't kind of mines through around. But there you go, German forces are breaking through, American lines are buckling and breaking under the rapacious speed here of DevM's men. We've got the grenades, mines I mean, not grenades, but mines, they're the S-mines and the Regal mines. DevM racing towards the assault grenadiers here.
HMG team deployed.
Got a second 30 cal yet of Nostalgia. Clearly nostalgic for Browning.
Territory
Nice
lost.
weapons. So would not be surprised to see heavy weapons here, seen them eventually get upgraded to 50 cals. But we shall see. Maybe Nostalgia has a few more surprises for us, besides just his fondness of machine guns. Up north here, points being seized for engineers and scouts. Rapidly moving in here. Almost got this on the fuel point. This is definitely going to be helpful there for DevM. Getting a bit of their extra fuel here over his opponent. Flamethrower upgraded there. Very good. But, and this is notable, no minesweepers yet, I believe. We got the pipe being fixed up. Fire support elements there for DevM. Infantry support center for Nostalgia. Up north, they're making great progress here. Sandbags, barbed wire, points being seized. 30 calling back there, going south, prepare the cal. Number 2 catches here. DevM's Panzer's trying to make a move here. Engineers versus the bike scout supporting here. Might want to grab that victory point though. Not that it is going to be like, you know, particularly important at the moment. They've plenty of victory point, but you know, long term, getting that, you know, turned around would definitely benefit Nostalgia here.
Commander. ISC upgrades done, and a captain has been
Bit of a
assigned
smoke
to
grenade there. Nostalgia clearly not paying attention, is directed immediately. Half-track on the way for Nostalgia, very much not unsurprising. There you go, flag filling half-track on the way here for DevM. It's the 30 cal that's ripping through here. DevM's bunched up forces, definitely a bit risky there. Up north here, moving in here, we've got 30 cal ban action, but now the assault grenade is in heavy cover. Well, the 30 cal certainly should win that engagement. It's going to be at a very, very slow pace. Meanwhile, half-track, halfway down here by Nostalgia. In the south here, we got scouts with the bikes. Panzer Pioneers, Panzer goes rushing in. Captain also the move here.
Listen up.
Half-track, right around the corner. Scout team almost taken up. But there you go. Managed to bring into the 30 cal here. Turn the tables a bit there on DevM in the south. Up north, we're finding slowly advanced. But there you go. Assault grenades finally pushed back. Flak filling on the move. Half-track ready here for Nostalgia. We'll have to, I think, upgrade that to the anti-tank half-track. And we got Panzerjaegers as well there on the move here for DevM in their 250 half-track. So one small thing's getting a bit complicated here for Nostalgia as DevM just looks to keep up momentum and initiative as his opponent. And there you go, anti-tank half-track upgrade on the way there for Nostalgia. And bazooka teams, that'll definitely be crucial. There was the Panzerjaegers, but also, of course, there's anything else. There you go. Done, added. Back in the south, he's moved northwards here. And of course, he's got about to hit the mine here because he hasn't brought in any mine sweepers. He isn't where he did DevM mine that spot. There you go, kaboom, engine blown out. In the south, yes, Panzerjaeger team also ready for DevM. He's going to go for it. But we do get some reaction time here for Nostalgia. Scores a great on the anti-tank half-tank. Bike knocked out. And the tank hunting there, the Panzerjaeger popping out the half-tank before the half-tank itself gets popped like a pimple.
We're losing a few
Ambulance on the way there. And now the anti-tank team's going to move for the anti-tank half-track. They're going to cop with the 30 cal.
At your command.
If it actually starts shooting. There you go, flag filler moving in. Bazooka team on the move as well here. Great shot on the flag filling half-track. Panzerjaeger there, trying to crawl the way through, but they're getting absolutely hit with everything that Nostalgia in the air can bring to bear against the unfortunate tank hunters. Almost scored a wipe on them too there. That would have been devastating for DevM if his Panzerjaeger team there were to get snuffed out. But fortune smiled briefly upon DevM there. Heading south to the captain there and the 30 cal. Got special operations there with Nostalgia opening up for SSF commandos. Definitely also chose to commit with this. Definitely also one you do see happening. We then rely on the SSF commandos who say pull infantry duties, but obviously in a bit more of an elite sense. So I typically do find that heavy weapons more common, but that's again not to say this doesn't see play order that it's bad, but it definitely requires, I think, a bit more effort because unlike, heavy weapons, you just don't have like a big Pershing waiting at the end. Great shot there from the anti-tank half-track, obliterating half the remaining assault grenadiers. Mein Gott, sie got Jürgen und Fritz all over the place, literally.
A squad of SSF commandos.
There you go, got the SSF commandos out.
Victory point.
The American-Canadian commando force there.
Orders are incoming,
Got their
man.
Johnsons, their bazookas.
They have taken our victory point.
DevM there suffering a bit here, and the addition of the SSF commandos will certainly give him a bit of a problem there, as they can deal with his infantry failure, but also be a significant threat for his armored vehicles, especially if he does get the bazooka upgrade. Southside factory catching the engineers here. 30 cal. Need to turn around to deal with some targets. Southside German force making steady headway there. Got a captain there overseeing a complete disaster, possibly developing, but no. Fortune for Nostalgia, DevM moves the anti-tank half-track northwards, the flag filling northwards, but the anti-tank half-track southwards. And up north here, 30 cal versus Panzer Grenadiers, squad by Scout.
is awaiting deployment, Commander.
Rather hectic pacing here. Looking to withdraw the flag filling half-track before it gets knocked out. They want to switch over to the Johnsons here. gate there.
We're out of supply. They've cut us off.
So much going on here. South side here, Captain though, holding off against the Panzerjaeger, but will need support in with that light machine gun.
Raring to go.
Getting a lot of damage in there.
Initiating research.
There you go. Improve the bazooka rockets. 162 was from the 20. We also see Nostalgia gaining a tiny lead here, DevM. But DevM, sensing opportunity, goes for the north side and finds a, well, low health, low numbers, 30 cal, unsupervised and unsupported. Well played by DevM. Definitely be Nostalgia there. Nostalgic for when his crew was alive. But they're going to take off, rushing in there. Brian to the punch trick and the flak at the same time. Not that it works out too well there for DevM, and he gets a parting shot there in the south. Push forward here, and Salt goes through into the scouts here, absolutely decimating them. Getting awkward here for Nostalgia. And there you go. DevM makes a haul off there with the machine and give out. 462 versus 403. And Nostalgia here, riding high on initial successes, goes straight for the tank depot, wants those tanks out to crush his crowd opponents in the south here. We got the soldiers pushing out the captain. DevM, I'm guessing a Panzerjaeger commando. But there's always room for surprises here out of DevM. Maybe he's got other plans. Meanwhile, the commandos there getting a full flurry there of flak fire. We got the Panzers being routed here by the SSF commandos.
Get those guns
30 cal holding up. Tank their pistol leaking ready. Nostalgia building up more lead here over DevM. Interesting capturing almost fixed up. And there you got alternating down mines. Thumbs up. We again use the natural bottlenecks here. In fact, we've got multiple mines. 2 thumbs up there to Nostalgia. South side scouts trying to face off against the assault grenadiers, but it's gonna be slow there. And really only works with the assault grenadiers, just never at any point like trying to rush down the scouts. Up north, we flank them, press all the punch, DAK, 30 cal, occupying. The Germans to an extent are taking a lot of damage in there. Got anti half blasting the German MG-54. Commandos also moving in here.
Sector gone. We must take it back.
30 cal though could be in a bit of trouble here. Further south, Panzerjaeger squad flanking in here.
We've lost control of the sector.
Embers and move 30 cal being evicted. Captain knocked out. I'm not entirely sure where, but wherever he was, he's gone. Black filling half moving in, blazing away with its 420mm auto cannons. Captain flank, opposite flanking, got to try and engage them halfway there from a nice distance. Oh, grenades on the floor there. And of course, being true Americans, they obviously aim for the ambulance first rather than the vehicle with the gun. Sarge, it's there! Target! Everyone, aim for the ambulance! Meanwhile, DevM going for Panzer 3s. Despite Nostalgia, of course, getting out his tank depot fast, it just hasn't been able to get enough of a steady supply of fuel to actually get out of Sherman fast. So things could be a bit spicy here for Nostalgia. As DevM is clearly feeling a bit emboldened with this Panther 3 on the way. Oh, 30 cal is up here.
Reports of enemy movement near our victory point.
Yeah, DevM just laying it on here against Nostalgia. Almost lost his SSF commander squad. That would be a pretty heavy blow there to Nostalgia.
Order's done.
There we go. M41 Sherman on the way there for Nostalgia. Panther on the way, adding the panel mounted
We have M29 weasels ready to deploy.
And we got plenty of mines up north here. Some S mines being swiftly laid down here by
Across the
DevM.
territory sector.
Rushing forwards here.
A fuel point is being seized by the enemy.
Sherman almost done.
victory point is under attack. We must act.
142 is the 55.
Sherman tank, finished and ready. The victory point is under enemy control now.
And there you go, holding 2 squads to the single base of the 30 cal there, ruining things there for Nostalgia. DevM just keeps applying the pressure. But of course, with the Sherman out, it's going to get a bit tougher as long as, you know, Nostalgia just doesn't, like, you know, blindly rush into the Panzerjaeger and the Panzerjaeger at the same time. It's our front, though, in a lot of trouble against the Sherman.
Converging on a fuel point.
If it can hit.
Our opponent
Also,
has
of
all
course,
victory
would be
points
good
under their
addition here
control.
for Nostalgia to
Now.
upgrade his Sherman with a pin-mounted 50 caliber machine gun. There you go, DevM doing his best here to close the gap between the two terms of victory points. The triple cap
Sector's
there.
been overrun. It's theirs now.
There you go, Sherman that with the penalty and anti-tank grenades. We do get some Lloyd called in here. So I feel like the positioning of the Lloyd is a bit awkward. Like he may just become a target here for the anti-aircraft gun of like feeling. There we go. Give it everything you got, Fritz! Everything!
Commandos are reporting in.
Another commander squad out here. Second aircraft knocked out of the skies here by the flak-filling crew. There you go, Sherman units on the move here. 1 unit on the way, there's still no sign of upgrades here. Second SSF commander squad moving up. As Nostalgia, of course, is doing his best now to try and just break out of the stranglehold of DevM and Deutschland. The south here, flanked with the Panzerjaeger team here. Commandos on the scene, they're doing a fair bit of damage here. Almost got it.
The enemy have us over a barrel.
Entering after going in, and there you go, gets a flak feeling. A big blow there to DevM. Using a crucial unit here to contain Nostalgia's infantry and lighter sort of stuff there. That said, DevM still has a good fuel lead. They could go for more Panda 3s pretty easily, which should help compensate a fair bit of loss of it. With the exception, of course, of shooting down aircraft.
Take an HMG red!
A squad of SSF is awaiting deployment, Commander. Sector gone.
Need to cover that Panda 3 though. We got the Zoom team in, we got the Sherman, we got the anti-tank half-take here. Nostalgia could do a lot of damage to that Panzer very quickly. But we do get some attempt flanking. There you go, got the anti-tank half-take return there. DevM getting some measure of vengeance against the Americans. SSF Command Squad also runs to the Esplanade field, taking massive casualties. Meanwhile, second squad going for the Panda 3, the Johnsons. Probably need to switch them around to bazookas, just saying. There we go. Then we can soon go for another Panda Feet who goes straight from reserves. Not a bad pick at all. Yeah. Both of its SSF command squads have been brought down to just 1 man. That's going to be fairly expensive if it's out just reinforced.
5 command points available.
P-47 awaiting a target.
A victory point is under attack. We must act.
Coming advancing and just catching the Panzerjaeger dealer. And we do get some mindful kits here for Nostalgia finally.
Victory point now under enemy control.
Right here, sir.
Thumbs up to that. And 3 swimming in here up north. Got assault groups trying to grab in the northern field point here. More S-mounts on the feet than engineers. He can also soon go for another Sherman once he's got everything else reinforced, which looks to be right about now. Commander straight to the MG-54. We do get a white forces grenade to provide some cover there. Thumbs up. But we got that Panther theme right, but we got more commandos and a bazooka moving in here. Let us see if Nostalgia can land a blow, then the Panther feed that knocks it out, at least forces away further. Sherman also moving in. But here DevM is already withdrawn. We also got anti-tank overwatch plus butterfly bombs unlocked there for DevM. Makes sense. I think I maybe seen like the elephant once or twice, but otherwise pretty much everyone just goes for anti-tank overwatch because it's just better. I'm still amazed they decide to, like, you know, include the elephant and then include, like, anti-tank Overwatch as, like, an exclusive choice with it. Obviously, the two at the same time would be also really too good, but I just don't think it should be, like, a choice between the two, because, again, like, in the anti-tank Overwatch, it's kind of like, in most cases, always make the elephant look bad.
Birds in the sky. Monitoring.
Now, the Lloyd going in, and this time, of course, DevM, like, in the anti-Africans, is very much at the mercy of the US Air Force. And to be diving forwards here. Then, of course, could he go for Stoots or 8 Panda 4 versus Nostalgia, but not unlikely at all here. The DevM, of course, is just going to go for the Tiger Tank, and with the way the resource is looking, that does make an awful lot of sense. S-minus there, thumbs up to DevM. General going for the Panda feet, but does not too aggressively here.
If they move, you'll know.
Very good fortune there for DevM, if anything. 193 to 355, another Sherman there for Nostalgia, 2 thumbs up.
Sector lost. No
More
contact.
steel. Another Panda feet there, 240 engage them. Commando's going to hit them with the bazookas. Down to less than half health. Cal on the move, Sherman almost done that for Nostalgia.
Guard that line and spray whatever moves.
Hey, you got a job?
It's a bit of quiet here as DevM clearly is aiming for the Titan, at which point he's going to try and, I think, play a bit more passively so he can wish to save up the resources for the Tiger Tank.
M4A1 Sherman.
And of course,
deployed.
Nostalgia probably not quite known this, isn't like, you know, trying to hit DevM even harder. He's of course building up for something himself, like just a lot of Shermans. But he does need, I think, like, get a bit more active here.
Engineers have been promoted.
Another push for the northern and field point. Here we've got the Shumps responding in quickly, rapidly. Got at least one of them up there with the 5th cal. And there you go. Anti-tank grenade doing a fair bit of damage to the Sherman. To be a bit technical about that, was actually more of a magnetic mine where they had to, like, run up and then actually, like, you know, stick it to the tank. That said, it was pretty effective. Again, you had to get, like, right up next to the tank, which obviously made it, in some regards, less than popular. 271 to 355, Panzer jimming up, Panzer Grenadiers and the Panda 3
Enemy
here.
movement near a victory point.
Bazooka team's also arriving here, DevM's Panda in trouble, but there you go. Titans are out here, but found 8th straight up Panzerabteilung, rolling in scouts, they're completely panicking at the sight of this massive Kopfstein monstrosity. .30 cal there in, massive drop of the Tiger Tank is very much come to collect rent or evict them, and they clearly don't have any Reichsmark on them to pay for it. Clinton 153.5 going in for the Panda 3. And there you go, we got the anti-tank Overwatch, but there you go, Bazooka team of command coming in, artillery running down close, Sherman down, Panda 3 down. There's a small win there for DevM as the Panda 3 is slightly cheaper than the Sherman, not by a lot though. Crucially, his opponent has 1 Sherman, there's the Tiger Tank. Of course, he does have some Bazooka teams who could upgrade a Bazooka, so if like DevM were to extend his Panda 3, or his Tiger Tank, that's definitely not a Panda 3 unless you're really nearsighted,
Commander,
then
we've lost a sector.
I mean, if they can get behind it, like start shooting to the rear wall of the bazookas, they could theoretically do a lot of damage. We do see DevM is going in very, very boldly with his Tiger Tank. Meanwhile, Nostalgia with an M18 Hellcat on the way here, tank destroyers to face off against this massive tank. Up north, Commando charging the assault grenadiers here. Jinxing was 1029. Panzer is arriving with that, the assault grenadiers should win this. Well, I mean, they were pretty much winning this beforehand, but that only cements it. There you go, Commando rushing in here, ripping through the Panzers, and the Commandos got wiped out. Wolf too slow to retreat there, allowing them a good wipe here. Big blow there to Nostalgia, considering the SS of Commandos, probably the most expensive infantry unit in the game at the moment, so while they are certainly quite effective,
Capture point under
losing
attack.
them is really,
Cut off.
really
We have holes in our
painful.
front line.
So not something exactly you want to be doing, like, you know, every day. Titan coming in, this swing gets the help. Sherman there. You get a white phosphor shell there to mess up things for the Tiger crew.
Defend our victory point. We're losing it.
DevM once more looking to gain some more control against his opponent. In several regards, he is starting to really get ahead here.
They've captured a victory point.
So just working out that SSF commanders, but really was a big win there for DevM. Certainly something that we just can't easily
The enemy
afford.
is stealing our munitions point.
Leveraging next German, they're gaining actually 2 thumbs up to Nostalgia there. DevM for sure. There you go, Tiger Tank going for it. Machine gun white, and we see there Nostalgia to make a run for it right under the opponent's nose. Oh, very bold. The Center Commandos here catching the Panther Party squad riding in. We got 267, 15 and 17 further south. German forces
Enemy movement.
seizing
near
the
a victory
beach.
point.
As the Tiger Tank continues to obliterate anything remotely American in front of it. More Hellcats from Nostalgia going all in here trying to take down that Tiger Tank before it becomes too much of a problem. There you go, Commander's going some hits to the Tiger Tank side of it.
One of our
Down to
sectors
half
is now
health.
in enemy hands.
Fortunately for DevM, there's not much follow-up here from Nostalgia after those Commanders land some rocket hits. The Hellcat, for example, wasn't really doing much, nor was the Sherman. And obviously they may not have made it in time, but you know.
Reports of
Never
enemy
know.
movement near our victory point.
So either way, we got the scout there with the Johnson there now. Who's making the Panzer team run for the building here.
Victory point
Silver's
is under
rushing
enemy
in.
control now.
Getting a bit awkward here for Nostalgia. And there goes Sherman to the rescue.
Enemy won't let up.
Great shot. Panzer team puts down to the open here. Almost got the wipe. And there you go. Anti-tank grenade assault. Nicely blowing out the engine. I think that's actually the first time I've seen anyone actually make use of that ability for the DAK. The Sherman there, of course, in heavy need repair. So, fortunately for Nostalgia, he does still have his 2 engineer squads. Map control is heavily slipping into DevM's territory now. Tiger Tank going here for the damaged Sherman. Smoke deployed, but the problem is, can't really move the Sherman that fast, and Tiger Tank can easily punch through the smoke. We do get the Hellcats, they're going to try and go for the flank. Engineers walk, trying to repair the Tiger Tank. Massive blow here, mine spotted. Hellcats going for it here. Good shot for the Sun, and we need to get the rear. Oh, engine damage! Nostalgia here. He's got the opportunity. He's going to take out DevM's Tiger Tank.
That's a Tiger down.
Big boom, and he didn't lose to Sherman. A massive blow to DevM. Humongous. Unfortunately, there's 2 Hellcats. Not going to do much against the infantry of DevM, though, of course. They could hunt down his ambulance out of his base, so I'm not entirely sure Nostalgia's going to commit to that. But now the Nostalgia needs to get that Sherman fixed up. He's got more engineers on the way, as he's lost all of his engineers. This match is taking some interesting turns here.
Be advised. Air resupply operations are available.
But DevM does overall have more infantry than his opponent, so it's far from out of this match. And again, at least a significant part of Nostalgia's current force is just made up of tank destroyers, which again won't do much against the infantry. So there's definitely some room here for DevM, I think, to sort of stage a comeback. So we'll have to see what happens there.
Territory lost.
Southwards, northwards, we just see steady advance there from DevM as Nostalgia's just trying to rebuild his forces and just crucially fix up his tanks.
Reporting. What's on here? Sir, waiting on you.
160 between 17. I think DevM is just going to go for another Tiger Tank. Like, there's no other sort of, like, explanation for what he's doing otherwise right now. Command commander with the assault gets the Panzerjaeger seems to whip out the Johnsons. And they lose Nego. Assault gets easily close. You need a white phosphor grenade here, I think. Oh dear, too little too late. And there you go. We just see the assault grenades with Panzer support completely pushing off the SSF commanders. Hellcat's going for the base. He is going to go for the ambulance. He is going to like just listen to that inner American that just screams death to all ambulances. Tiger tank on the move. They're going to catch the Hellcats. Turn the tables here, Nostalgia. And his quest to destroy all ambulances. First Hellcat down here, completely blindsided with this development. Tiger tank arriving, almost got the Hellcat there, but it narrowly escapes another Sherman full Nostalgia. 161 was the unit 7 in south here. Continues with Sherman support pushing off the assault grenadiers.
Must act.
And they got a Lloyd again, it called in versus DevM. They want to grab the northern control there. 161 was the unit 3. Second Sherman is almost done. Loiters coming in there. But yeah, the pressure on Nostalgia is getting a bit uncomfortable here. He's got the second Sherman ready. DevM though
Finished and ready.
continues to fight. Absolute tenacity, fierceness. Hellcat in the south control of the Panzer team, no infantry support here. He probably should go for some SSF commandos. They may just go for another Sherman. Up north here, Panzer support here. Tiger tank moving in. Nagel anti-tank overwatch. Nasty hits with the Sherman. You can see the 8 Sherman there getting knocked out. Down to sliver health here. One more hit. And the Sherman's gonna go up in flames. You get some smoke, but the time positioning is a bit awkward here. So the Super 7 doesn't pursue more aggressively. And he is. Hellcat moving in. Sherman ace down. Hellcat in trouble. Continues at it. There's no move backwards anyways. Good shot there. Oh, knocked out with the anti-tank watch just as it ended. What a luck, and again, it's knocked up right there, so I don't think it was survived anyways. Titan just scored a shot at it. Now the Hellcat for Nostalgia. Tiger tank versus the remaining Sherman as Nostalgia just goes in as fast as it can here. 161 to 95. This base, though, is in deep peril. Tiger tank getting ready to pop the S-mines here. Well, that's my launcher. Not doing anything with the gun here. And we can see Nostalgia trying to repair the medical station tent there. Welding the canvas together. How that works.
We have a Hellcat.
Okay, and there you go. Tiger tank versus it. Yeah, the crew shock ability is deactivated. Meaning Nostalgia's Hellcat is unable to leverage its speed or anything. And DevM's Tiger tank utterly smashes it into dust. 30 cal there in trouble. Scouts grabbing some fuel points. Trying to wreck the tank. DevM's going to take a while here. We get a satchel charge here from Nostalgia, forcing the tank to withdraw.
P-47 airborne and ready.
More SSF commands up for Nostalgia.
Center is taking sustained damage.
There you go. 30 cal crew there, about to get things potentially wiped out.
A weapon has been recruited.
Another second blow to Nostalgia.
It's theirs now.
A victory for DevM and Deutschland. They're looking pretty tough. I mean, he's got next to nothing left versus DevM's got a pretty sizable force here. More infantry, obviously more armor, more machine guns. I mean, no matter how you look at it, at this point Nostalgia is at a massive disadvantage compared to his opponent, and I am not entirely sure he really has much of an option to turn this around at this stage. I could be wrong though, but unless DevM just decides to massively misplay, or Nostalgia just taps into the 5th dimension for completely new strategies, yeah, that's a loss there for Nostalgia, victory for Deutschland. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. You'll learn something from it. This is Improving. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another 10 episode. Bye, everyone.